Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Herd, where we're going to cover Sunflower Land. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to the Crypto Herd so you know exactly which Web3 games are worth your valuable time. I've never been much of a farmer, but definitely Sunflower Land caught my eye with so many active users and so much hype around this project, so definitely I had to give it a try. But first things first, how do you actually get started in Sunflower Land? All you have to do is come to the official website, connect your wallets and sign in with your Discord, and you'll be able to mint a farm. That's going to cost you 10 Matic, which right now is quite cheap at its current price, and those 10 Matic are going for charity, which is something that I really liked about this project. I recommend that you hurry up because they're limiting the amount of farms that can be minted up to 150k. After you've minted your farm, the first thing you want to do is come to the shop where you can actually start buying some seeds. Okay, so initially you're going to be able to buy the sunflower seeds. You're not going to have all these land plots available, but I'm going to tell you later how to unlock more land plots. Okay, so let me just get these vegetables right here. So you've bought your sunflower seeds. So what you're going to do right now is click on every hole. After the time runs out, you're going to be able to see your beautiful flowers and you're going to be able to harvest them. So to harvest them, all you have to do is click on them. If you actually come to items, you're going to be able to see those flowers right here in your crops. You're going to go to the shop once again and you're going to sell them for SFL, which is the crypto token of this game. Okay, so you're going to get just a bit of them. Now you can see the SFL that you have available right here in the corners. So at some point you're going to expand your farm and you're going to have more SFL, so you're going to be able to buy crops that take more time until they can be harvested. Now when it comes to unlocking other land plots and having more space available to farm, what you have to do is come to the goblins, okay, and each goblin is going to ask you for a specific dish. Like for example, if I click on this goblin, it's telling me that if I want to start growing wheat, I'm going to have to feed him a radish pie. And that's what the kitchen is for you to actually craft certain dishes to feed to the goblins, so you unlock more space to farm and also other features like farming wheat, for example. So I've already crafted the pumpkin soup, also the fermented cabbage, and that's why I actually have more space available than you to farm crops. But farming is not the only thing you can do in this game. If you actually come to the crafting station right here, you can actually craft tools that are going to allow you to collect other resources. I can craft one axe, and this axe is going to allow me to cut down some trees and get also wood. But the thing is that these tools, they don't last forever. After a bit they're going to get destroyed and you're going to need to craft more tools. So for example, right here I can already craft a pickaxe, which requires me wood and also SFL. And we're going to be able to collect also stone. This is going to be required in order to craft the stone pickaxe, okay, which is the next tool. Both the kitchen and the crafting station, it's a way of giving utility to certain in-game resources. We also have the rod that can be used to fish. Fishing right now is not unlocked, it's something that's in the roadmap and will be available at a later stage of development of the game. Then another cool thing is actually the barn, where you can have chickens, cows, pigs and sheep. Even though this is a farming game, you can do much more than simply farming crops the whole day. If you come to your home right here, you can also have skills. So every time that you farm, every time that you craft tools, every time that you collect resources, you're going to get a certain amount of experience, which will allow you to unlock certain skills that will speed up the development of your farm. So this is where the game requires you to set up your own farming strategy. If you actually want to focus more on farming crops, then maybe farming is a skill that you should unlock as soon as you get to level 5. As I've told you guys, this looks like a simple, stupid farming game, but when it comes to setting up your own strategy, it's quite complex. And then another feature that you should be aware of, which is the save and sync. If you actually click on save, this is going to save your progress on the server. But if you come to sync, this is going to save your progress on the blockchain. And sync is important because at some point you're going to run out of seeds. As you can see, for example, I only have 200 potato seeds in the shop. If I want to reset this number, I'm going to have to sync the game with the blockchain, and this is going to cost me 0.1 Matic plus gas fees. Another cool thing that they've just added to the game is a trader, which allows you to exchange in-game resources for other products like chickens, for example, or a certain amount of vegetables. Then another thing you should be aware of is that each vegetable has its own timer. Until it can be harvested, it has its own SFL cost, and each vegetable is going to give you a different amount of experience. So maybe you don't want to come here as often, so you just plant some wheats, but maybe this isn't the best way to optimize your farm. So as you guys can see in this Excel that was built by the community, it's actually quite complex and overwhelming to even look at this. Just going straight to the vegetable that takes a longer period of time until it can be harvested, it's not the best way. If you actually want to take this game seriously and you want to at some point take some profit out of it, I recommend also that you set up your own strategy before you start investing time in the game. Then, as you guys know, this is a Web3 game, which means that besides its crypto token SFL, it also has non-fungible tokens. And for that we have to go to the Goblin Village, which you can access right here. And in the Goblin Village, we can actually craft and mint our NFTs. And there are two types of NFTs in this game. There's the ones that actually have utility, like for example the chicken coop, which allows you to collect twice the amount of egg, but it requires a certain amount of SFL and in-game resources. Really nice utility for SFL to create some buying pressure, and also nice utility for the in-game resources. So every NFT has a limited amount, so this means that if you're one of the 302 left to mint this NFT, you can either use it on your farm or you can sell it on OpenSea. If we actually come to OpenSea, we can see the NFT collection of this game, and this chicken coop is going for the price of $420, which is quite good if you consider that you can farm this simply by building a farm and extracting resources from that same farm. So you can either sell the SFL yourself, and for that you come to the bank and you go to withdraw, and this will withdraw the in-game SFL to your crypto wallet, or you can actually spend that SFL and those in-game resources right here in this NPC, the farmer, and mint some NFTs and then sell them on OpenSea. Okay, another cool thing that we have is a tailor, so I could add the Portuguese flag to my farm, and then we also have the crafting station right here, which allows us to craft even more NFTs, like the Woody the Beaver, which increases wood drops by 20%. Then we also have the Wish Well, which is just an interface for quick swap where you can actually add liquidity to the SFL and Matic pool. When it comes to the roadmap, we already did all of this: crafting NFTs, onboarding 150k farmers, the bank, wishing well, secondary market listings, and we already added the chickens to the game. When it comes to their second stage, they have upcoming land expansion NFTs, so in the future NFTs won't just be items that will boost your production rate, but they're also going to allow you to expand your lands. Farm customization, farmer profile picture, and war declared. They're also going to have a DAO in the future, Goblin Black Market, decentralized exchange, community NFTs and features, staking liquidity providing, and other total locked value strengthening mechanisms, which I believe is one of the problems of this game, because even though I don't play many farming games, it's the best one that I've seen so far, especially in crypto gaming. But just think with me, after you've developed completely your farm, what else can you do other than sell the NFTs on OpenSea and extract SFL out of the ecosystem? Right here you can see that the demand for these tokens and NFTs come from players who are just joining now the ecosystem. But in the future, as those players start to get like really advanced farms, all they can do is extract value of the ecosystem and increase the selling pressure both for the NFT collection and also for the SFL tokens themselves. When it comes to this problem, okay, which I do believe it's a common problem in Web3 gaming, the team has some anti-inflation mechanisms like the halving event, which basically will reduce the rewards you get by selling crops in the shop. A SunFlower for 0.0005, maybe in a few months it's going to be 0.0025. So that's what's going to happen in order to reduce inflation. Then they're also going to have a burning mechanism at some points. Then they're also taxing players when they withdraw SFL, and part of that tax goes for game development and is also redistributed back into the ecosystem. But I would say that right now, as it is, in the long term this economy isn't sustainable, and I do believe that they have to create an incentive for players who have advanced farms to keep spending resources on the game instead of just extracting value from it. Should you play SunFlower Land? Well, if you're into farming games, definitely give it a try. It's quite good for a casual farming game and quite complex. SunFlower Land isn't the only farming game in Web3. Actually, there's another one on my radar, which is Honeyland, which we're going to do a video in the future, so make sure you subscribe for more Web3 gaming content. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button, help us with the YouTube algorithm, and I see a cryptomaniacs in the metaverse.